cops are not always chasing after suspects. Sometimes they let the criminals come to them. Here are some of the most intense bait traps set up by police. Number 1. Busted Porch Pirate. The Anaheim Police Department placed a device inside a box, making it look like an Amazon package. The bait package was then placed outside the porch of a house. A security camera caught the live feed of him returning once again and unknowingly taking away an Amazon package, which the police tracked, and the thief was arrested in no time. Number 2. Instant Karma. Most porch pirates tend to steal the package and make a run for it. This one decided to stick around and open it. A security camera footage from the homeowner in Brooklyn who was targeted by a package thief. He walked up to the house, picked up the package, and started to unpack it. Within moments, he was jumped by cops, assisted by vigilant neighbors. They held the man down in cuffs until a police squad car arrived and was taken away. Number 3. Tracking and takedown. Throughout the year, it is the time of Christmas when piling up packages puts porch pirates on a rampage. To combat the package thieves, police officers placed 2 iPhones next to a tracker and a GPS device before sealing the package and putting it on the front porch of a home. Hours later, a thief picks up the package and the tracker immediately gets activated and alarms the police dispatch. Officers then track down the thief with the help of the GPS and catch the unsuspecting thief all by surprise. Number 4. Surveilled Package Thief. A package thief who, after appearing to be stealing from a private residence in Orange County, was tracked. A police chopper that happened to be flying in the area caught the thief in the act. Not long after, the thief was approached by a couple of police squad cars that blocked the thief from all sides and apprehended him not long after. Number 5. Staked out and arrested. A group of thieves in Pennsylvania were on a thieving spree on multiple branches of cosmetic stores. Whilst they were busy filling their bags with perfume, the observing police officers intervened and arrested the serial robbers in action. Number 6. Ultimate Package Thief. Busted. A security camera managed to capture a package thief who appeared in a black SUV to steal a package which was later shared with the police. The thief matched the description for a series of package thefts throughout the county. The police decided to start looking for the thief. One of the police squad cars identified the vehicle with nearly 175 stolen items and packages that were found. The porch pirate was then finally arrested. Number 7. Real-life package Grinch. A real-life Grinch who was reported to have stolen packages from homes in several Long Island towns was anxiously pursued by the police. However, despite the lesser manpower on the holiday season, they still managed to arrest Peter Lee Dunbar, 24, of Queens, after a traffic stop in Malvern, after discovering stolen packages. Number 8. Attempted theft. Foiled. In New Lynn, New Zealand, police were called in after an intruder was spotted by a security camera with suspicious behavior. As policemen arrived, seeing their flashlight, he attempted to hide under a car. In a matter of time, he was found and arrested. Number 9. Thief Who Knew. Most bait car takers usually think of finding a bait car to be some dumb luck, but this one knew what he was stepping into. A thief, after noticing a parked vehicle with a running meter and an unlocked door, stepped in to drive away. With the gas tank full, he knew that he was getting into a bait car, but didn't seem to care. He kept the driver's side door open while driving, which signaled the officers as well. As soon as he was taken down, he admitted to getting the bait car on purpose, just so that he could be a star of the show. Number 10. Airport Parking Lot Thieves. With a large number of parked vehicles in the airport parking lot, a group of thieves thought it was a low-risk, high-yield job. At the Sacramento International Airport parking lot, a small group of thieves were on a rampage of cutting catalytic converters from parked cars. As they were making stops all around the East Economy parking lot in a white SUV, catching the attention of deputies. Seeing them crawling under vehicles while one of them was on the lookout, they rolled in and detained them without creating an incident. As the deputies searched the suspect vehicle, several cut catalytic converters were found, a floor jack, and several tools consistent with catalytic converter theft. Number 11. Motivated car thief. During another one of the bait car traps that were set up by the Auto Theft Task Force, they decided to leave the door open. Not long after, they noticed a few people got the attention of the car looking at it while waiting at the nearby bus stop. One of the passengers who got onto the bus quickly changed her mind and came out. Seeing a car door open with no one inside, she couldn't resist letting go. The female thief got into the car and started driving away, despite having suspicions of this being an opportunity too good to be true. Within minutes, she was cornered and arrested. Number 12. Ambitious young car thief. A bait car that was planted within the suburbs with a crime rate where it didn't take long for a thief to get in. The surveilling officers were watching over, only to notice a young thief who first inspected the car before getting in and stealing the car as a whole. Despite receiving warning calls from an unknown source, the 16-year-old thief stole the car and kept driving. As soon as he attempted to ditch the vehicle, after repeated warning calls, officers locked the young thief in the car, arrived on the scene, and arrested him. Number 13. Bait bike capture. With the rampant thieving spree of high-end serial bicycle thefts, cops decided to use a bike along with an undercover cop. The officer stood around as just another cyclist thief when the actual bike thief appeared. As soon as he took care of the lock and drove away with the stolen high-end bicycle, the undercover cop, along with backup, sprung into action and arrested him. For the protection of the identity of the undercover officer, his bike is made to blur. Number 14. Confronted in act. Usually the cops arrive a bit too late to catch the criminals. In this instance, they were relatively quick. An intense robbery in progress was interrupted by Tennessee police after multiple witnesses from a shopping mall dialed 911. A unit that was in the area quickly arrived on the scene and saw the robbers using sledgehammers to break the tops of glass jewelry displays. The police officers were quick to intervene, and after an intense brawl, they managed to pin down and arrest 4 robbers. Number 15. Frequent felon. Call it a loophole in the justice system because this guy managed to post bail in several felonies. This time, he unknowingly stole a bait pickup truck. While driving, he attempted to connect to his friends on a phone call with everything caught on the baited camera. However, he didn't get far enough with the police closing in on him. The frequent felon didn't attempt to flee or put up a fight. Rather, he took a cigarette and raised his hands. Number 16. Caught red-handed. It wasn't just the crime here that got this criminal caught, rather the greed. Police officers in Linwood, Washington State, arrived in a parking lot after suspicious activity was reported. They found a man who was under a truck with who an attempt at contact was initiated.
Says
It's gonna be towed.
oh, okay. You have ID?
No, not on me.
Okay.
He claimed to be preparing the truck to be impounded to explain himself. As the officer asked for identification,
Okay, perfect. I was trying to get something that I'm missing from my truck.
Whose truck is it?
paperwork, and other details to verify his statement, he had nothing to produce. As the man turns around, rendering suspicious getaway behavior,
No, don't. Hey,
No,
leave that.
pick it up.
Put it down.
He is swiftly arrested after putting up a fight. Upon investigation, it was revealed that the accused was stealing a catalytic converter along with truck parts. Number 17. Incapable thief. This thief was so eager to steal a vehicle, but barely seemed to have the idea of operating one. Another bait car that was planted by the Auto Car Theft Task Force had a surprise when a wasted youth took the bait. Most thieves usually start the car and drive, but this one couldn't figure his way around. From turning around the windshield wipers to playing with the steering wheel. A couple of minutes later, he takes a key to start the car, and he keeps on halting, soon after accelerating the car until he finally figured it out to drive on the road. Cops immediately arrested the thief, who turned out to be driving for the first time. Number 18. Dramatic shoplifter. Arrested. On March 14, 2024, a floor manager employee in Target called the police after spotting a suspicious shoplifter. Using the security cameras, she could show the officers of stealing numerous times, so much so that she was banned from other locations, with her spotted once again and actively stealing from the same, and was leaving. With enough evidence mounted against her, officers quickly confronted her and placed her in cuffs.
Come here. Come here.
What?
Yo, come here. Come here.
Before being taken to the police station, she was first searched after being taken back into the store to return the stolen items. Number 19. Desperate gasoline thirst. Seattle police were called in on a reported breaking in a residential home. As the officers arrived on the scene,
You got it? Yeah. Seattle Police!
they found a suspicious man inside a vehicle in the home's garage.
Seattle Police, we're checking inside. Make a presence known. Get your hands up now! Get him up!
Instead of fleeing or fighting back, the burglary suspect started drinking gas.
Hey, one, keep lethal. Open the door! Open the door right now! I got this. He's in the car. Put your hands up! Drop it! What the?
As the officers asked him to unlock the door and step outside, the cops were then forced to break their way in and arrest the 40-year-old burglar, who was treated by paramedics before being taken away. With the robber believed to be mentally disabled, Seattle police blurred his face in the body camera footage that was released. Number 20. Partying thieves self-incriminate. A bait car was planted to tackle auto theft thieves, but a group of thieves didn't think twice and took the bait. What would have been only a theft charge turned into multiple felonies as the thieves started drinking and passing liquor. The group was busy partying with loud music, dancing, and celebrating having stolen the car. Minutes later, the Albuquerque police surrounded and arrested the entire group for auto theft and driving under the influence, among many other charges. Number 22. Bumped into the officer. Call it a mistake or bad luck on the part of the criminals, but this seems more like an instant karma in the works, and heading to a nearby store for some refreshments. Before he could get in, he bumped into two masked thieves, with one of them carrying a cash register along with a bag of other store items. While the officer was dealing with one of them, his accomplice got away. Surprisingly, the thief, without putting much effort, gave in and was immediately placed into the cuffs. Number 23. Trojan bait car. Seeing an unlocked and unattended vehicle, most thieves would think of it being a total jackpot, but this one didn't bother to. A bait car by the Mesa, Arizona Police Department was parked in the middle of the city, waiting for a thief to catch the bait. Now, usually the monitoring officers let the thief drive away in the car to mount powerful evidence against them. This one gave them a surprise. She drove the car unaware of the camera recording, and police tracking took it to her boyfriend's place. He also got involved in the crime. Number 24. Bait car breaking in. Unlike most other bait cars that are intentionally planted along with a monitoring squad, this one was stolen from the parking lot. Two auto car thieves who happened to randomly pick a car to steal broke into a parked bait car thinking it was an ordinary one. The cameras installed within the vehicle started to record them, while at the same time, police patrol cars were notified. As the thieves were driving, the vehicle suddenly came to a halt as it was shut down manually. It was at this time the driver realized he had stolen the wrong vehicle, where seconds later the police arrived and busted them both. Number 25. Teens baited car theft. After spotting an unlocked car with the key in the ignition, a 15-year-old boy spontaneously decided to take the vehicle in New Mexico. He didn't realize it to be a bait car or even care of committing a crime as he picked up a group of friends and made them accomplices. The teens were busy enjoying their joyride despite realizing they were in a stolen car and a few of them on probation. However, soon after they were pursued by the police and were arrested seconds later. Number 26. Wrong car break-in. Although this bait wasn't actively planted, it still did its job of catching thieves. Two tattooed thieves broke into a pickup truck. He was soon joined in by his accomplice, who wanted to drive the vehicle. After sliding over to the passenger seat with acceptance, he committed another crime as he started to smoke his cracked cocaine while his accomplice took the wheel. It doesn't take long before the police discover and close in. The driver, after spotting the police, decides to make a run for it. However, the police cut the engine and this duo was sent directly to jail. Number 27. Thieves in Fool's Paradise. A group of three thieves, after having stolen a bait car unknowingly with smirks on their faces that didn't last long. They hopped into the car and started driving away, and within seconds started to celebrate their supposed successful steal, not realizing them being in a fool's paradise. Soon, a cop car appeared closing in, which instantly left first the driver concerned and then his accomplices as well. At this point, the engine was then cut by the cops and the trio group was taken into custody. Number 28. Crazy bait. Car taker. This bait cat thief perhaps is one of the most insane ones ever to be caught. Shortly after stealing a bait car, he went on a crime spree. He stole an invaluable car part from another vehicle and minutes later stopped for another second car breaking in. From the very first crime to the last, all of them were recorded on the camera before the cops finally came in to bust the thief. Number 29. Wrong place, wrong time. Although the choice of the stolen car was great, the driving skills or plan were not. On April 5th, 2022, two officers were on a routine patrol in the Sowerby Bridge area when they received a call for assistance. As the driver tried to restart the car and reverse, an officer came confronting him as he smashed the window to prevent the escape. Two passengers managed to flee the scene, but the driver was detained, which later led to the arrest of his accomplices. Number 30. Grand theft gasoline. Two thieves that were attempting to steal 250 gallons of diesel fuel unknowingly raised alarms. The 7-Eleven staff in Texas reported suspicious behavior 911.
I don't know that was involved, but they were parked at Pump 6.
Where cops arrived on the scene to investigate. Officers from the Grapevine Police Department, after arriving on the scene, started checking around the vehicle.
312, I didn't hear that traffic. Was there another suspect leaving?
Where in the back, they found a device that was siphoning diesel from the gas station's storage tanks into the one in the vehicle. The suspects were arrested soon after. Number 31. Car thieves ambushed. With the rampant rise of an organized gang of thieves that were stealing, Toronto's auto theft unit launched an operation. As they realized the gang would steal a car just as a cover to steal more cars, they would park it in elderly homes to avoid police radar. The units positioned themselves in the parking lot and waited for their return after learning of their pattern. As soon as the group arrived and started stealing vehicles as expected, uniformed officers along with the K9 unit ambushed them. While one of the two was apprehended, the other managed to escape. Number 32. Parts theft. With an engine-running minivan standing next to an elevated vehicle, these thieves were hoping to make a massive loot and/or cut off a catalytic converter with a getaway vehicle nearby to flee. The officers quickly jumped into action, confronted the thieves, and finally arrested them red-handed. Number 33. Cop car stolen. This anxious thief, who was allegedly arrested for stealing a car, went ahead and demonstrated her skills. She kept in a claim to reject being charged with stealing the car as he was placed in a cuff and put into the police car. Despite being cuffed and placed in the back of the vehicle, she not only made it to the driver's side of the vehicle, but also started the police cruiser and fled with it. The cops who saw it coming were too late to intervene and stop her. After a chase, she was eventually caught not long after. Number 34. Empowering women. Thieves. Two female thieves unknowingly picked a parked police bait car to steal. The camera started recording the moment they got into the vehicle. The boyfriend of one of them warned them not to steal the vehicle, but they still decided to go ahead with it. Not knowing how to drive properly, they were making a fool out of themselves on the road and seemed to be enjoying themselves. With the bait car not being actively monitored, it took some time for the police to respond, which they did. Eventually, a patrol car appeared behind them, following as they turned around to return the vehicle to the spot, but were stopped and arrested. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Until next time, goodbye.